What's up, my peeps? Alright, so I did a little bit of research and I want to bring up this concept with you. So let's put our thinking caps on and think this out. My argument is that government is a cult. Okay? Government is 100% a religious cult. And when you say that to normal people, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? You're in a cult. You're fucking crazy. But when you actually look at the evidence and you are really looking at the world correctly, it's so blatantly obvious. It's so obvious. Okay? And I'll separate like certain religions from like a cult religion. Okay, and like, let's say you have a religious belief that you believe in pink elephants or whatever. I don't really care what you believe in, alright? But let's say you believe in pink elephants. As long as you're not conducting harm against anybody, you can totally believe in pink elephants. It doesn't matter. The moment you initiate violence against somebody for not believing in pink elephants, then you become immoral and you are a cult. If you have a bunch of other people that believe in that same concept and you guys are initiating violence against other people for them not believing in that, you're totally immoral and you're in a fucking cult and you're a psycho. Okay, so that's kind of the distinction. And that's how you know government is a cult, because they have commands, arbitrary commands, where most of them don't even align with true morality. It's just their opinion. And let's say I got pulled over, I was driving my car, riding my bike or whatever, and some authority figure assumed that I was speeding and that's breaking the law and whatever. So let's imagine that I don't believe in government, okay? And that's true. I don't believe in it. I know that it's a fiction and it's just a mental construct in the mind. But if I... And that's like, let's say you don't believe in Jesus or God. You know, should you be punished for that just because somebody else believes in it and you don't? Absolutely not. You should not be punished for not believing that Jesus was resurrected or whatever. That doesn't make you an immoral person. But how you know that government is a cult is you are absolutely punished for not believing in them. Okay? If I get pulled over and the human being, because that's all that he is just another human being with brain damage, telling me, oh, you broke this law, you broke this command by my God, you need to pay tribute to me for doing so. And I say, no, I didn't harm anybody, I didn't commit a crime, I don't believe in your God. I don't, like, this whole thing, you're just a random guy that I've never met that's harassing me for apparently going too fast. Okay? And in the reality that we live in, everyone's so brainwashed to believe that somebody else has the right to rule them and own them and claim their property. Okay? And tell them what they can and cannot do and tell them how many rights they can actually exercise. When you have the majority of the people in the world actually believing in that, it's really weird, because when you don't believe it and you know it's erroneous and bullshit, then when you do get pulled over, you're looking at these people like, wow, you're psychologically damaged, man. Like, you're harassing me and threatening me just because I don't believe in your God. So if I don't believe in what he's saying and I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to keep going. Dude, you know what he'll do? He will initiate violence against me for simply not wanting to deal with him harassing me and not answering every single question he's asking me and doing exactly as I'm told, for not obeying him and his God that he works for, called government. Okay? And if I don't stop, he will initiate violence against me until I am absolutely incapacitated. And if I defend myself, he will kill me, okay? For something that wasn't even a non-violent crime, okay? Which really, that isn't a crime, period, because a crime has to have a victim. So just for simply not believing in that, he could harm me. And these people are saying this for our safety? Okay, so if you flick the lights on me for something like minuscule, like speeding, and I decide to not slow down, you'll ram my car into a ditch and flip my fucking car over and then drag me out with 10 other guys and beat the shit out of me and then kidnap me after you handcuff me and throw me in a cage for my protection? Oh, because, well, you were endangering everyone else. It was like, dude, I was going 45 the whole time. I only was going 50 miles an hour when you saw me. And then when you saw me, I just kept driving. I just started going the speed limit again, and you decided to fucking wreck my car. That is the irrational ideology that people who believe in government have. And they believe that these officers can commit immoral acts against everybody else to protect us from other people who would otherwise commit immoral acts. And it makes absolutely no sense. And how you can tell that it's a religious cult is not only the fact that if you don't believe in it, they will conduct harm against you, but because of these things, you can align it with religion perfectly. So you have God for religion right here, and then over here you have government. So government is the god of the religion of authoritarianism. Okay, government is at the top. That's the god that all the human beings believe in. Okay, and they project and hallucinate the legitimacy of the authority of the person above them. Okay, so government is their god, and it doesn't even exist. We're just all human beings, like, on the planet. Government isn't like an inanimate object. You can't put government into this. You know what I'm saying? It's an idea. So you have God at the top, and then you have prophets in religions. You know what I mean? Prophets like Jesus and Muhammad and all those people. And with government, you have politicians. The politicians are the prophets. Those are the ones that you ask, can you please give me more of my freedom? Can you take the money that was stolen from me and pay for that thing? Because I would rather you do that than this thing, because I morally oppose this thing over here. And hey, can you go ahead and make my neighbor fund what I want him to? I'll vote for you as long as you do that to him, because I can't do that to him, so I'm going to vote for you to do that, because I'm an immoral piece of trash. So the politicians are the prophets of this religion. The idols of so many different religions, guess what? Government has a thing that perfectly aligns with that, and that's the flag. The flag is the idol of the religion and cult of government. Religions have commandments. Obvious, right? Commandments. Well, what do governments have? Laws. Commandments, religion. Laws, government. Disobey a commandment. Really, they're one and the same thing. But you disobey a commandment, you're going to be punished. Just like a religion tells you, if you don't believe in me, I am going to incinerate your soul for all eternity. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that totally makes me want to believe in you, right? Yeah, I have a real big incentive to believe in you out of fear. Like that's going to make me think that you're somehow legit. You can't do it with logic and reason. You have to tell me, well, if you don't believe in me, you're going to burn in hell for eternity. I'm going to automatically be like, you're a fucking psychopath. Get out of my face, you fucking cult member. Now, in religions, people pray. Every religion prays, for the most part. And in government, they also pray. And you want to know what their prayers are? Voting. That's what their prayers are. Voting. They are praying to the master and begging the master to do what they want them to do. Please, master, give me the approval to exercise my rights. Write it down on paper, because you are my God and I obey you. And then the last thing, tithing. You know, like when they pass around the collection plate at church and you give money to the cult members. Well, government has the same thing. It's called taxes. And it's actually even worse because they take it from you by force. They don't even say you can voluntarily give us money if you like our services. They say, no, you're going to give us the money or we kidnap you and throw you in a cage or steal your property or blow your fucking head off if you decide to defend yourself. That's called a religious cult. Okay? And you are an absolute psychopath if you believe in it. Even the smallest amount. You're saying, I believe in total control. I believe in my own enslavement, because that's what government is. You're saying, what government actually does as well to brainwash military people is they tell them that the only way to achieve freedom is bloodshed. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? That is the exact opposite of freedom. Because what causes bloodshed? Violence. So what they're actually saying is violence equals freedom, and true freedom equals chaos. Because without them initiating violence against everybody and causing bloodshed to create freedom, if they weren't there doing that and we were actually free, that's labeled as total chaos. Total chaos and destruction. And that's what everyone believes erroneously. If government didn't exist and we wouldn't have government, it would be absolute total chaos and tyranny. So this cult indoctrination that's been hammered into your brain since you were in public education system funded by government, you have been believing in the concept of authority and government your whole life. So you seriously, erroneously believe that without that thing bossing you around, telling you what to do, telling you what you can and cannot do, telling you what you're allowed to own, telling you how much money they're going to take from you, and not giving you a choice on any of those things except just saying, oh, well, you can vote for me and I'll do what you want then after I take all of your money first with the threat of violence. Okay. Yeah, because that makes perfect sense, right? So without that, the world would end without you guys controlling us. You know, give me a fucking break, dude. Wake up, man. It's time to wake up. Cops are not there to help you. Look, cops are criminals. They are continuously robbing you for non-violent things. For no crimes. No crimes were committed. Okay? They are robbing you. They are extorting you. They are not there for your safety. They've even said it out in the open that they are not obligated to protect you. Okay? Only if you're in their custody, if their masters tell them that they need to obtain you, then they have an incentive to keep you safe, away from any other danger. Okay? They're not there to protect you. Yeah, they do protect some people. I mean, if they didn't do any of that whatsoever, you know, then it would be so obvious that we don't need them. You know what I mean? That they're doing wrong, but they've just had a monopoly on force. But they're all brainwashed with the cult belief as well. So they don't think for themselves, dude. They don't think with a conscience. They're not thinking things through. They're just saying, what did my God say the truth was? What did my God say was right? Well, my God government told me that this is the right way to do things, and I'm going to enforce it. I'm just following orders. I'm just doing my job. So they don't even have the correct perspective of morality. They literally cannot tell the difference between right and wrong because they are brainwashed. They have been brainwashed into believing in authority. Period. And they're psychologically damaged. They're brain damaged. And you can see that in actual brain scans between order followers and actual regular people. So that's part of my thing on how government is a religious cult. So, I mean, if you have any better evidence proving that that doesn't sound like a cult at all, and you think the government is something else, but definitely not a cult, comment on here or send me a message and we'll talk about it. Send me some of the evidence that you get, because from what I got, it's 100% a dogmatic, violent religious cult.